Tell me when I'm in a good spot.
That's good there. We're nice and centered.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Mostly probably gentlemen. What's up, gentlemen?
No ladies.
There might be one or two.
Hey, Mom. My mom's the only woman who watches these, I'm pretty
Chevy's
sure.
mom, I think, watches them.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Mrs. Ocasio. I think that's right.
Let's see.
So Deload week, we found out pretty quick. Deload week was not deloaded
There was
at all.
There's 2 exercises in the entire week
that helped us out pretty good.
which were deloaded. Yeah.
The 3+1 clean and jerks. Deload week went down to 2+1. Then it was a really light percentage, so it became more of a technical,
75%,
more of a technical movement. And then the snatch balance triple went down to doubles, and
I think that's actually it.
And the doubles were lighter too. But we've been going
snatch doubles were lighter.
We've been going harder on those exercises. Like those are pretty heavy for us in week 1 and 2. So it was a pretty welcomed rest, and it honestly it did a lot for me. A lot more than I would have thought just looking at it. But man, I was coming into Monday thinking that we had like a deload week.
Yeah, like everything just a little
lighter. I found out
lighter.
pretty quick that
Monday was rough.
We weren't really deloading much. So basically everything went up. It had like specific percentages, some challenging stuff. The front squat plus jerk was still big.
That went up.
The snatch was the snatch doubles. It was heavy. The snatch,
no, it was at 80%. Wait, snatch double on Monday? Yeah, it was at
that
80%.
went up. So that was still tough. So I mean, the squats. Did the squats on Monday go up?
Yeah. All the squats went up. There were no deloaded squats.
So then we get to like Wednesday. We take our little snatch balance down, and then after we deload the snatch balances, we were done with the deload for the week.
Yeah.
So Thursday and Friday and Saturday.
Well, even like Wednesday night.
Wednesday night
was heavy. Wednesday
night through Saturday was all still increases and still harder. So that wasn't what we expected. But after we figured out that we weren't getting a deload, I just kind of like braced myself for impact,
Yeah. Well, Wednesday night, all the snatches, everything went heavier Wednesday night. Snatches were heavier, pretty beefy.
We had a
doubles for both.
We had a
of
really
us,
good
actually.
week.
Yeah. Wednesday night was great.
So yeah, after getting over the fact that we weren't deloading, we just kind of like bought in and went for these big lifts. We had some big stuff off the blocks on Wednesday. Big clean doubles Wednesday night that we did well in.
I think also like just with it being a 4-week program instead of a 6-week program, it's a little more you can conceptualize like, okay, halfway through week 3, let's finish this week strong. Close. We got one more. Yeah, right. You're past the halfway point. It's not too hard to just push for another 2 weeks.
I think I can speak for everybody when I say the jerk, the front squat plus jerk kicked us in the ass.
Well,
because I was still expecting a deload week, and it's like, no, we're not deloading this. So we're going up, and I'm like, I just wasn't like. Well, also, I was tired, and it was heavy.
I think after week 1, or no, after week 2, we started talking about that front squat jerk, and we realized it went down to a 2+1 instead of a 3+1.
Oh yeah, we got excited.
Yeah,
it was still so hard.
It still kicked our asses. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was one of the fortunate ones. I got to hit mine.
You made yours. I made one.
And you got one.
I made one.
But then we came back and the BT and jerks from the blocks, which are usually my specialty.
Those are like
I completely just sucked it up. I was terrible. And then you became the superstar for the day. It was awesome.
Figured it out for those is all that was.
What did you end up hitting?
200.
On your 5th set?
Yeah.
That was something else, man. Like, you just staying in the fight, coming back to it. I don't necessarily suggest 5 sets to hit your weight for anybody.
Yeah.
But if somebody's gonna come in and like make it on their 5th, probably you.
Yeah. Not textbook, but sometimes you just gotta rip it out there.
Yeah.
Boy, Jake. Come on, put it together. Let's go.
Nice.
Holy shit, Jake. Good shit, dude. Yeah, how much happier I am now.
So we had great Wednesday. Had a lot of fun snatching off the blocks. Made a really interesting training video that was posted.
Check it out. We'll put it right here. Boop.
I liked that training video. I cooked that one up. That wasn't even Jake's doing. So if it was
check
bad,
the edit.
it's
at the
my
end.
fault.
The edit is so sick.
And then we had a nice Friday
Friday was
as well.
a good day.
So we were back snatching from the blocks. And then we were supposed to do 4 singles. So I had 170. You had 55?
Yeah.
50? 55.
50. I went to 55 on the last one.
And then we both ended up logging 2 singles at and then above our weight. And then going for 160 and 180 for some really big singles for us. Which were unsuccessful. But... you know, being swamped with volume. And
just like taking an attempt at 100% right now. Yeah, that's awesome. Pretty cool.
It was a good try.
It was a try for me.
It was a try.
We tried.
And then Saturday, we came away with a pair of Clarks by the end of that. But you know, we strapped up to it.
Yeah, set the music and we got the salts out.
We grabbed Lightning and took it for
it was
a ride.
hell of a fucking pull both times.
And then Saturdays are long because you have weightlifting to start. So you've got the power snatch, which feels so heavy after Friday.
Oh, Saturday's power snatches were.
And then you've got the clean doubles, which just feel like just monotony, just like work.
Well, like 70% will never feel as heavy as it does Saturday morning.
You know what I've really liked it for though is I feel like I can lift really technically at 70%.
Yeah.
And when all I have to do is hit a clean double at 70%, I feel like I can just like lock down my technique and get some really good feeling cleans.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it feels heavy, so I have to work pretty hard and like stay pretty like pretty tight on my technique. But
if you just do it right, it's moving. Yeah.
So that's a pain. But then you get to the real stuff. After that, we had some big squats. If you could not burp on the...
I'll edit that out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll just put a big beep
to see you burping.
Yeah, I'll edit that.
It's gross.
For the 2 girls who are watching,
we're gonna unsubscribe.
And for the guys who are watching,
your mom's gonna be what do we squat Saturday?
You hit a beefy triple at 265.
265. That's a pretty good triple.
What, 15 under your best? 20 under your best?
20 under my best.
So he's done 285, 265 after all this work.
It was hard. It was the third rep was really tough. But to kind of put it in perspective, I was on 250 for 6 tonight, so the 265 triple shouldn't be that hard, but it's just
by the end of the week,
the context of the training makes it really tough. Some people are starting this training this week, I think, right?
Yeah, so Cal Strength dropped this cycle. Monster Accumulation cycle, I think is what they called it.
Yeah.
King Kong versus Godzilla.
Be ready. Be ready.
Eat.
And then after the squats, we got pulls.
Some light pulls and kind of a bro sesh. We kind of just like...
Oh, yeah. That was nice.
That was fun.
We did some pulls and then we hit some arms, some shoulders.
Yeah, my elbows actually felt better today.
Did they?
Yeah, we did some like
my
isolation.
shoulders felt good over the weekend. Yeah. So it was like a good little important sesh. I shouldn't say that probably sounds like terrible. Everybody's like cringing when I brief sesh.
When I brief.
When I use the brief. It's a really bad habit. Are briefs cool?
They're cool.
No,
I think sesh is cool.
Nobody says sesh.
Dom Mazzetti says sesh.
Yeah, but sarcastically. Sure. We just said it for real.
Did he just roast us?
Yeah, it's a spicy roast.
It's a spicy roast there. But yeah.
What do you... So, this is your first accumulation with Cal Strength. When you got in, we were doing... what were we doing? We were just peaking over and over. We had so many meets, and you just kind of jumped in with us, and just we were just trying to do the. You'd sprinkle some extra volume in, but you were pretty much doing what we were doing.
Yeah.
So this is your first chance to really like put down a big strength foundation. What do you think about the like doing a accumulation cycle? Like, how does that feel?
Well, I mean,
how's
I remember
it different from like
like what I've done.
What you've done in the past? Yeah.
I mean, I just remember when I first got there, you guys were peaking, and you were talking about what that peak was like, and I remember you saying you do so much work in the accumulation and then that transmutation phase that by the time you get to the peaking cycle, it's almost fun. Mm-hmm. Like everything before that is so hard, and then you get to the peak and it's like, here's your reward. You get to just lift some weights and have fun, take heavy attempts. And I mean, that's exactly what it's like. It's like so much work, so much more than I've done before. But at the same time, you know, you surprise yourself a lot. So I think in the training I've done in the past, once you do a good thing for the day, it's like, okay, I think it's been a good day. I might even ease back a little bit on the squats because I snatched a big PR. But most of these cycles are like, okay, we're gonna snatch double, 3+1 clean and jerk, back squat, snatch deadlift, and I'll PR all 4 of those in one day, and you just keep it rolling. So
that's not even the morning session.
Yeah, I know, seriously. But yeah, just it's surprising how much you're capable of if you just fucking put your head down and keep grinding and keep working. So
people are capable of a lot more than they realize.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to overtrain.
You gotta do so much shit. Like I would have thought we would hit it by now, but we come in, you warm up, and it feels like crap, and then eventually you're hitting your top sets.
The other thing is your baseline moves. You know what I mean? Like your baseline for overtrain. So the more times you do these accumulations, the more quick, the more quick.
Well, like it gives you a bigger engine. Like your
body
work
jumps
capacity
into it better.
Yeah.
So like, you know, this is my probably 5th or 6th accumulation I've done with Cal Strength, and it's the hardest one. But literally after the first set of back squats on Monday, my body was like, this is accumulation cycle.
Like, oh, this is how
this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like I'm handling it really well. I've been pretty like happy with the sessions, and I have my bad lifts, but I don't really have a bad day. You know what I mean? Like I might screw something up. I might mess up my BTN jerks on Wednesday or Thursday, whenever that was. Yeah. But then come back and make the rest. Week, you know what I mean? And the next day, like maybe I have a good day the next day, but
I mean, it's just crazy. Like some of the weights we're attempting, those are weights that during a peaking cycle we were hitting for singles and sometimes missing. Yeah. Like you had a 165 snatch attempt for a double tonight, and then 200 for your 2+1. And you know, I think during the Rome peak, like a 65 or 67, tough. It was tough. And you know, 200 clean and jerk was like, he had to get the salts out, and it was rough. But even in the context of this, with all the work we're doing, and we're still busting that out.
If I had to speculate, like what was going on and why that realization didn't look like a lot of the ones in the past, I would say I was just too far removed from my accumulation and transmutation cycles, because basically
you had done so many peaking or realization cycles in a row.
Yeah, because we did a full training block to get ready for Pan Championships,
and that was in what, April?
I think so.
Last year.
Yeah.
Last year.
And then we started an accumulation after that, and then I think we did a 4-week accumulation maybe, and it was like an abbreviated one. It wasn't this much volume. Mm-hmm. Then we went in the transmutation, and during that transmutation, I think I was in Tokyo.
That's right. Yeah.
So you know, it's been like over. What's it been? 8 months, 9 months?
Yeah, 9 months about
since I did an accumulation at all, and like I said, it was abbreviated.
Because after Tokyo it was what, Pan Am Games, Worlds, Rome.
And you know, it's just that's the trouble with competing a lot, and that's what makes this qualification process really hard. Is you have to be good over and over and over, and you have to hit your weights over and over. You have to make your meets count, and
would you ever feel comfortable riding an accumulation into a meet? Like even if it was something like the Arnold, where you were just doing it for fun, would you feel comfortable hitting a 4-week accumulation, and that last week is maybe the only deloaded week? It starts on Monday to where Sunday you're competing.
It just depends. Like, you have to manage your expectations. So I've lifted, definitely on transmutation cycles, and I think I've lifted through an accumulation cycle before. But you can't open aggressively. You can't do your regular meat openings. You need to open conservatively, and you need to just like work your way into the meat, and don't have expectations for placement or a total.
Just making the lifts.
You just go to a meet and make some lifts and let it be what it is. Because if you're doing a true accumulation cycle by Saturday or Sunday when you're lifting, you should probably feel
you're pretty dead.
You should feel trashed. Yeah. So you might make some lifts, but you're
not PRing.
When you're tighter, it's a risk for injury. You're not you're just not going to be polished for your very heavy weights. And even though we're sneaking some heavy stuff in, our success rate really like above 95% is pretty bad right now.
Yeah.
Even though we're putting it on the bar and giving
we're taking attempts, but it's not.
Again, it's from the blocks too, so it's not quite as challenging.
Yeah, that's the thing with just like having some guidance. It's like the importance of just having a program in general, having that guidance from people who know what they're doing.
You have to put your head down and work, and what happens is you earn your performance on the platform. Like if you really grind through your accumulation and you do a good job with it, you do a lot of hard work, and like you're focused on squats, you're trying to build your body's strength and building your tendons up, and just getting used to hard work. When you start like pulling back on the volume and up in the weight, like the it's just easier. Like the programs feel easy.
That's like by definition Dave's transmutation.
That's how it works.
That's you're pulling back the work and your body is adapting to what you've already done, and that's getting stronger.
Right. By the end of transmutation, you're probably taking shots at your 1 RMs.
Yeah.
And then you have 6 to 8 weeks to work out your realization where you get ready for your competition. So then you're taking these heavy singles all the time. But the thing is, you've done so much work that now you can attempt your 94% for maybe 6 singles.
Right.
So imagine how good your opener is going to be if you can hit it 6 times in a session.
Right. Yeah.
And we're going to do it. We're going to try to hit openers 6 times maybe. We might hit a 94% total 3 times. So what I mean by that is 3 snatches at 94, 3 clean jerks 94.
Yeah.
We'll squat after. You build your body up and it gets used to hard work.
Yeah.
And when you don't have to do a bunch of reps, it's just like, thank you.
Yeah, just that idea.
Happy to lift heavy right now.
The idea that the competition physically is actually kind of one of the easier things that you're doing, just because you work so hard getting to that point.
And you can focus on technique instead of achiness. You're not going to be sore or hurt because you work so hard in your accumulation.
Right.
And we're beat up. This sucks. It's not fun. We're tired.
It's pretty fun.
But we have fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
It's not fun, but we're having fun. Yeah. That's the crazy thing.
What we did. We put in 3 hours tonight, at least.
Let's see. We started at 5, pretty much right on it.
With the bar. We take a lot of bars because we don't feel good.
8:30, I think, is when we finished up.
Yeah, so 3.5 hours we put in the night. This morning, we took it to 1.
This morning was long.
We went 10:30 to 1.
Yeah.
And we're happy to do it. Honestly,
it's still a good time.
Every now and then we get a little on edge, and but honestly, I've enjoyed having the team doing this program together, and it's been fun to work this hard with a group of people and to see who can do what on what day, who's good at what when. You know what I mean? Because
who's gonna be the superstar that
it
day.
just changes hands. You don't know who's gonna be strong on which day of the program, because we've already all got different strengths and weaknesses,
and we're already so deep in it now that it's like, who's gonna really feel what they did yesterday and then have a great training day the following day. So
well, either way, after this deload, I didn't feel particularly rested for week 4. But we just kicked off week 4 and we kicked its ass, and I'm excited to see what we can do. Maybe we suck tomorrow, crush Wednesday.
Today was almost too
crush
good.
Thursday and miss everything Friday.
We'll see.
Whatever happens.
We'll see how we're gonna finish this.
One thing about all the work is it takes the pressure off. True. You want to make these lifts, but deep down inside that you did a heavy 6 on your squats and your legs are
That's one thing.
Out.
It's like, okay, I missed my top set of squats today, right? I missed my top set of snatch also, and I made my top set of clean and jerk eventually after missing it twice.
Sets.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, I can kind of be a little upset about that, and but we're never gonna have today again.
Really, how do you feel though? Well, like about the work you did.
Great, and it's I gave it max effort each time. I put it in there, and all things considered, it was still a pretty good attempt at everything I tried to do, and you can't hold that against yourself. Like, yeah, you maybe didn't hit what you wanted to hit, but you put the work in. You gave it a good go.
Yeah,
and there was no bullshit effort. So
yeah, and that's the accumulation.
You gotta remember. Yeah,
you go to the gym, you feel bad, you work hard anyways, and you reap the benefits. If you can just put your head down and grind through your accumulation, when you get to your meet, you're gonna know that you worked hard.
Yeah.
And it does make a difference. You can sit there and try to hit your PRs all the time. You can try to like grind your 1 rep max up, or you can pull the weight back, work your ass off,
build it up,
and earn it, man. Yeah. That's the way I look at it. Is during the accumulation, you earn what you do at the competition. You earn the lifts you make in competition right now. How hard you're willing to work during accumulation. So that's important.
I mean, this is like, I couldn't imagine doing this alone. There's no way.
No, it would be hard.
I'll plug
all you suckers doing it by yourself
in the garage. Like,
good
guys,
luck.
Get on that Train Heroic feed and like talk to someone, because it's hard. You need some shared suffering.
Maybe phone a friend.
Phone a friend.
You can have one quarantine buddy.
Phone one of us.
I know it's technically against the rules, but I think you can have one buddy.
Yeah, no, hook up the old Instagram video call. Call one of us.
Oh, Skype
Definitely
buddies.
not going to answer, but you never know.
You could have a Skype sesh.
Yeah.
Just get your iPads or computers, and because you need someone to tell that this sucks.
Yes.
Like, if you can't tell somebody that this is absolutely terrible,
that is actually,
then it makes it so much harder.
So one thing that's definitely different compared to how I was training before to now is, so I was at Delta weightlifting for a long time, coached under
put him on blast.
Don Ricci, fantastic coach. I improved a lot at Delta. But one of the things that he preached was like being mentally strong. And sometimes, even in the Army, you got to fake it until you make it. So at Delta, it doesn't matter how I felt, I would just lie through my teeth and be like, I feel fantastic, when obviously I wasn't having a good day. It's that idea of like, you don't want to speak it into existence. If I say I feel bad, I'm going to have a bad day. But now it's like, we talk about how much everything sucks all the time, but we still get the work done. And we still do very well. You can be honest with how you feel and say, my knee really hurts, but I'm not going to be a bitch. Mama ain't raised no bitch.
If you just embrace that it sucks, though, and just grind through it anyways.
Accept that and grind through it anyways. It's so much better.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
And just tell your buddy.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, yeah, it does suck.
And then you can
like,
both
what are we going to do about it? I guess we're just going to do our next set anyways.
Yeah, I guess we'll continue on.
But yeah, all right. You feel like that's good?
I think that was great.
All right, guys.
Really,
that's our best effort. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you're liking these our faces videos.
Peppered in. Yeah. Mostly training, but you get to see a couple of
some faces,
couple good looking dudes. If you're into that. Mom? I don't know.
We have to delete the whole video. All right,
let's just stay.
Before Jake ruins this further, I guess we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
We'll let you know how week 4 goes after we get it done.
Unless I get kicked out of the vlog now.
Jake might not be back for
okay. I had a good run.
All right, guys. See you after week 4.